and welcome to my Mind, Body, Spirit Upgrade Hour. Welcome, and again, I want to send some gratitude, some appreciation out for those who are joining me and have followed me on my journey being here from the beginning. Now, this is my third session now. And before I start, I want this to be a Zen-ful moment, okay? And like I did last time, and it's going to be a pattern, please join me in setting the mood for this specific period of time that we're with each other, okay? So just join me in the beautiful six lotus breathing, okay? Now, all around us at all times, we can feel it, but we cannot see it. There is beautiful energy, life-giving energy that is around us at all times. Now imagine this in your mind's eye here, that as you're breathing in, that there's this golden white energy that's just being sucked into you every time you breathe. And if you're conscious about how you breathe, you can use this energy to power you up, okay? So for those of you that are watching on any platform, whether you're on Facebook, whether you are on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, wherever you are watching this from, hello, and please join in with this beginning practice to center ourselves, okay? So the six lotus breathing begins with, first of all, being aware that when we breathe in, we are breathing in energy, okay? Morning, Deborah. Well, afternoon, actually, depends on where you are. So please join me in this practice. I do this to prime the chi in my hands. And then imagine that as you start today with me, that you're breathing in from the front, okay? Breathe in this wonderful golden chi in from the front into your center of your being. And then out. And you're breathing from the front and the back now, in and out. And out. And now you're breathing from the front, the back, left and right. And out. And now you're breathing from front, back, left, right, top and bottom. Let's do two more times. And another. And let's set a nice intention for today. May wisdom, clarity, and understanding, as well as peace and love, come to me. And that's it. I was thinking of putting a time scale, but we don't need to. Time is but an illusion after all, but that's a deeper subject. Now, before I delve into the subject of today, I can prime you by knowing that this is a subject that is a meaty subject. It's going to pique lots of people's interest. There may have been little snippets that have been sent out already. But this is the relationship masterclass, essentially. You know, it's the relationship dynamic masterclass, more importantly. And the dynamics that flow between people that are romantically involved are very complicated, and there's a lot of depth to them. So I'll be delving into that. But to start off, I think I'm going to answer a few messages and just connect in. Every reader has their unique way of connecting in. And my way involves pulsing energy that runs up through the chakras, through the spine, up, feeling beautiful tingle. And then I can feel my guide that steps into the side. I can feel their presence energetically like a magnetic energy. And then hands that are placed on the shoulders and the voice of I am with you. You know, that's how I connect. and I'm primed and ready to connect. Okay. So we have some messages to get through. Now, I am going to start off here with a message from Jamie, who says, how do we know if we are stuck within ourselves somewhere? It's an interesting question. Nice reflective question, actually. Stuck within ourselves. There are many ways that we can do that. Okay. One common way that is often denoted by the Eight of Swords here on the tarot. Now, I don't use the tarot cards, but it is a wisdom within that represents this quite nicely. And we can be stuck within ourselves when we, first of all, are stuck within our mind, within the mind prison. That's what the Eight of Swords means. So we're stuck within our own thoughts, so within our own belief systems, our own limited perspectives, and we are believing that we are our thoughts and our feelings, right? That's one way that we can become stuck, okay? Another way is that when we noticed that we are, and it's linked to that, because your thoughts stoke your feelings, and then whatever feelings you have stoke your thoughts. And if that goes on for a prolonged period of time, a thought that turns into a feeling turns into a temperament, right? And then that temperament turns into who you are. Okay. So just be aware of that. So if you feel like that you're regularly feeling the same feelings all the time, so you're always feeling neutral, kind of okay, not really feeling peaks of highs and lows, and which is all part of life. We shouldn't avoid the lows. If we're just, again, stuck feeling a certain similarity over time, thinking the same thoughts, working through the same thing, this is when we know that we are stuck within ourselves. Okay. Our mind is part of us. It is not who we are. Our feelings are, again, part of us. It's not who we are. So I hope that answers your question. So for you personally, I do get the impression that there is a little bit of a limitation in and around your heart chakra, because I'm being shown the Eight of Swords, which is the mind prison, in and around how you feel like you are allowed to give love and what you are allowed to love. Okay. So this is where that you may be convincing yourself that you should either continue to love someone that's around you. Now, this love doesn't necessarily mean romantic love, okay? But it could be friends, family, definitely a partner, or allowing yourself to love certain things. You may find that you enjoy and love many different things, but you are believing perhaps that you shouldn't, or you can't, or you don't have time to, or you can't, whatever it would be. This would be the area that I would look at expanding your love, okay? And feeling rather than thinking here about what you love or what you love to do, what you love being, which is actually the better state to be in, okay? What you love being, not to do, because to do, actions are, again, part of us. They aren't who we are. So let's have a look here at those of you that are interacting. We are going out on playing different platforms, and I know that those of you who are connecting with us, I know that you've got the Donnas here as well, and so thank you very much. I am diligently going through the messages in an order that I've been giving them, because that's I suppose I'm being a bit British there, right? In a nice orderly queue fashion. Okay. Now, I'm just going to disconnect from Jamie's energy here for a moment. Now let's connect in with Holly. Okay. Holly, my hands heat up with you straight away. Just want to say your name. I haven't read your question out loud yet. But Holly, I feel like healing is required for you, or you yourself, you're either needing to do healing or you're needing to heal. Okay. Now, can you know, this is Holly's question, can you know from the beginning if you have met the right person? This is a loaded question. Let's look at the word right. Right based upon what parameters? Okay. Is it right based upon any preset parameters? Will this be someone that you settle down in a home, 2.4 children home? Will this be someone that will never leave you? Will this be someone that never hurts you? Right under what guise? Right for spiritual development, learning your lessons, right for gaining deeper fulfillment. This is where I feel like it's very important to delve into here. So can you know? I definitely feel like that you can know that a strong pull towards someone that comes from the chest. Okay. And I'm about to go into this in quite a lot of detail. You can tell that there is a woven experience that you are being pulled to experience. But if under the understanding of correct or right means I will not get hurt, I will not have stress, I will not have pain, that I believe is part of life school, right? This is Earth school, okay? We are born to learn. We are born to grow. We are born to experience. And the best way to learn is through difficulties, challenges, etc. And those that we are pulled to often have the wonderful insight, that frequency that allows us to see into ourselves. So, and I'll kind of, if you listen along, I'll answer this in different stages as well throughout this section. But generally speaking, you can know that someone is here to have a strong transformative effect on our life by a pull that seems to come from the heart, which means that both your soul and their soul has woven an experience to be had with each other. To know that there is, in the connection of right, whether this is going to be someone that will never hurt you, whether it will never end, that's not something that we have the ability to know. And it's also something that we have to forget. We must not forget that we're in control of our life in many different ways as well. Okay. We have certain things we've chosen to incarnate into our lives, but there are other areas in life that our intention and how we react to things, how we respond to things, it also changes a lot of things. So when I link into looking at future, I see many different paths depending upon the frequency, intention of an individual. Okay. And I can often predict the likelihood of where something's going to go based upon their habitual way of usually being. Okay. But we can change who we are at any time, and we can choose to grow and shift our direction. Okay. So there can be a relationship that you can stick to forever. Or there can be a relationship with someone that feels completely right. You're pulled to them. You have lots of growth and transformation, and then they leave. Right. Was that wrong that occurred? I'll leave that for you to answer or you to reflect on. But we can definitely feel who our souls feel are important to enter our life. That's the way I'll round that up. Okay. Now I have more questions I want to get through here. This is the way that I just clean myself of energy. Okay. To me, the right is always the future and left is always the past. So and again, those are human concepts. Okay. We create what is past, future. And again, the present is the only time that exists. But I'm going to look into Jack's question here. Donna, by the way, yours is coming up, so keep yourself attentive. Jack, how do I help myself to break negative thinking? Beautiful question. Beautiful question. Now, one thing to realize when you step into this area is that there may be triggers. Let's just say, use the analogy, right? you have someone that cuts you up at the lights, you're driving somewhere. Naturally, perhaps if you're in a agitated mood, you might say, you flaming this, that, and the other. Right? You'll have you'll be peeved off with them, and you'll have a go at them. Then the body throws cortisol through the body and adrenaline, and then naturally you then start to see other things happening. And why did he do that? I'm now even more late. I've had to brake, and now I'm stuck at the lights. Or what there tends to be is that pattern that you've described. Now, what happens here is the body is already primed, and it has lots of the hormones flooding through it. And those hormones actually press thoughts and synaptic patterns that link us to negative thoughts, because there are synapses in the brain that access. So when cortisol hits, certain memories are activated in the brain that allow us to quickly react based upon when cortisol's there, right? So in order to stop negative thinking in a nutshell, you can't just start thinking positive one day and expect it to change. Acknowledge that, first of all, one good way of doing something here is to catch yourself when you're entering into a negative spiral. Take a breath. The main thing is that the brain can't think of nothing, okay? So if you catch yourself going, oh, you effing this, that, and the other towards someone, or saying something negative about yourself, like you stupid, this, that, and the other, when you're saying it to yourself, right? Catch yourself doing it first of all. Awareness is the first thing, right? Then there is a need to be aware of that positive affirmation is 10 times stronger than negative affirmation. And consistency is king. So whenever you say something to yourself, let's just say you are being very undermining, right? So you're saying, let's just say you've cracked an egg and you spill it everywhere, and you say to yourself, oh, you effing idiot, right? We've all done that. I've done that. Everyone's done something similar to that, right? After that, catch yourself doing it. Take a breath, a slow breath though. Okay. Catch yourself on that. And then say to yourself what actually occurred, right? So this is key, because you can't lie to yourself when you're trying to change negative thinking, because otherwise that part of you saying, look, I'm not saying all this ultra positive nonsense, right? Just state exactly what it is, right? Most of the time, overarching statements are the things that cripple us. So in that scenario, negative self-talk is saying to yourself, oh, I am such an idiot. Where in actuality, oops, I screwed up cracking an egg. Be literal with yourself. Be very literal. Take the emotion out of it and take out overarching statements. Okay? Be literal at first. And then when you've caught yourself, do the analogy of 2 for 1. So if you've said something negative about yourself, turn around and go, right, I've caught myself on that. Reframe it to something literal, and then say 2 things to yourself that are affirmations of things that you've done well. Well, at least I'm being resourceful, right? At least I've managed to go and do my run today. Well done for that, right? I am, things that are aspiring, like I am endeavoring to get better. That's a really good one. Whenever you feel like you failed, say, failure is a part of being successful. I'm endeavoring to get better. Okay. But consistency is key, right? Keep doing it all the time, right? Quick tip for you. Every morning, it's a tip for everyone, mental health. Okay. In the morning, when first thing you wake up, brush your teeth with the opposite hand that you usually brush it with. Stare yourself in the eyes and say to yourself, I love you. Okay. That'll feel very uncomfortable for some people, but stare into your eyes with the opposite hand you brush your teeth. For most people, that'll be the left hand. Okay. When you've woken up, your body's in a subconscious way, right? Whatever you are saying to yourself, you're going to start to believe. And especially when it's the opposite hand, your body's going to be wiring synapses. It's going to be going, oh, this is awkward. This is difficult. I'm going to really put a lot of effort into rewiring what's going on right now into the subconscious. And if you're saying to yourself over and over and over for the whole duration while you brush your teeth, say 3 minutes, I love you. I love you. I love you. You are amazing. You are successful. Whatever it is, but I love you just works. That works miracles. Right. Now we're going to move over here to Donna's question. Just going to de-link there. Donna, just connecting in with you here. And for some reason, I feel very drawn to cleaning, cleansing. I feel like that the home itself is something that I'm needing to be very aware of. To the degree where that wherever there is clutter, reflect on exactly where it is and what that means for you. Because I feel like I'm almost going down a Feng Shui avenue here with you. Cleaning up and organizing things and looking at the areas of your house that seem to be clean and organized, and the areas that aren't, and reflect yourself on what those areas mean to you. Okay. And those areas, it's interesting. It's kind of important here that with you, I get the impression that there is a need for you to kind of find a place that is a sanctuary place for you and set that up, set a clear place for you to have peace of mind in your own self. And you may very well find that it's important for you to be looking at tidying and organizing your space, because quite often, if there is an untidy outer space, it's a reflection of an untidy inner space. Okay. And they rub off on each other. Okay. So be aware of that at this time of your life. I also feel like for some reason I'm being shown I'm linking to the left-hand side. This is someone of the past, someone who feels like that they've got some negativity around them, and I don't want to let them in at this point in time. So if you're sitting there thinking, I don't know if I want to talk to this person, or I don't know if I want to connect with them anymore, it feels like that's in alignment with what's right for you right now. Okay. Hope that helps, Donna. Okay. So as I just disconnect from Donna there, thank you very much for your message. And thank you again for those of you that are connecting in with me. This, after all, is a mind, body, spirit upgrade hour. So the very essence of this is a sense of self-mastery, self-understanding, both of why many things in our lives are coming into our lives. Why are they in our lives? And a very, very interesting perspective here is that everything in our life we are bringing in. If we're bringing in things in our life that we do not like, we got to look at what's going on in the subconscious part of ourselves. What feelings, what beliefs are going on in the subconscious mind that we are, that are attracting in these environments. So if it's one of those age-old avenues here when dealing with relationships. If you're not being treated the way that you want to be treated, as I step into the relationship kind of segment here, you just need to look at how well you treat yourself. Okay. Do you respect your needs? Are you kind to yourself? Do you have good self-talk? Where are you at when it comes to yourself? Do you love yourself how you would love another? Okay. Just because this will be a running theme within all relationships, because this is a fundamental law of the universe. To a large degree, there is a lot of science now backing a lot of these laws, fundamental laws of karma, of attraction, of balance. These exist. They're wave frequencies that actually exist. Okay. And the wave frequency that is generated here in the chest oscillates to the self-love frequency. Okay. It's love frequency in itself, but it deals with self-love and how we love another. So how we love ourselves is often how we love others. And that's the vibration that we attracted to us. Okay. So let's dive into something that's a very, very common statement, word, and that's soulmates. Okay. Is someone my soulmate? Now, what's happened here over generations is that the media has come along, Hollywood specifically, and painted this wonderful picture of someone that you're going to be with for absolutely ever. Everything's going to be rosy, again, picketed fence, 2.4 children, a home, all this kind of stuff. You know, lots of this overt kind of loyalty, rules, regulations, what you can and cannot do, what's, what a good man or a good woman should or shouldn't do, all of that. Okay. And it's interfered with a lot of things. Okay. Because in many cases it's unsustainable. These kind of, how can I put it? They're rules and regulations and expectations. Many of us go into relationships with, right, my man, for example, needs to be have themselves sorted. They've got their head sorted. They've got a certain amount of money coming in. They're not caught up in an ex. They're not this and not that, not that. And they need to give me this, 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 and this, and this, and this, and this. And it's all like a big shopping list, right? And this is something that's almost pushed out also in the media. You go on Instagram and Facebook, and it's all like, set down exactly what you want and make sure you. And that's all well and good, understanding what your needs are. It is important. But when we are placing our sense of happiness and our emotional fulfillment based upon how someone is, we are entering into what's called enthrallment. Okay? When someone sending a certain text message to you or a not sending something back or not saying something means that you are then devastated or deeply upset, you know that you're placing way, way too much emphasis on that person filling something up inside you. Okay. And there are many, many people that are deeply unhappy that rely on someone making them feel good for their happiness. Okay. And if that's you, you're looking here and you're like, well, I think that's the role of a partner. They should make you happy, this kind of thing. Well, I'm going to tell you, no, that's not what a partner should do. And if you are expecting that, you will always be unhappy. You will always be let down. Because the one fundamental of life is that we are here to learn, to grow, and to find inner fulfillment. Okay? That's not to say that someone can't be someone that's beautifully in line with you and they love you exactly for who you are. Yes, that's great, but don't rely on it. Another way to put it is, don't grab your heart charger. If this was a cord, almost like a way to plug yourself in, don't plug that into someone else's energy and fill yourself up from them. Okay? Appreciate it, love it, and have gratitude for it. But know that when you do that, that actually comes from you. They didn't make you feel that way. Your acknowledgement and acceptance of what they said allowed it to be felt. Deeply understand that. When someone says to you, oh, I love you, you're so beautiful, because they have said it, you allow yourself to feel it. Okay? Now, you have that power inside yourself already. Okay? Just really reflect on that. My guides often told me that we must be at one with ourselves before entering into a union. Because if you imagine all of our energy centers, all of our chakra systems that are here on this side, all of them in alignment, all of them brimming, it turns into a beautiful, like, rainbow spectrum of all the energy together in this golden white light. When we're like that, if we connect to someone else who's also balanced and we connect together, that combines into a beautiful light that can manifest wonderful beauty in life. We don't rely on anyone else, but we boost each other. We connect with each other. That's beautiful. Okay. But it's all about love, which is about giving to the world. It's not about hedonism, which is, I need you to make me feel a certain way. Okay. I believe you should. And if you loved me, you would. Okay. If any of those words are going through your head, unfortunately, the conditioning from society has got in and has, worked away and corrupted on the inside here. Okay. Now let's get on to soulmates. Now, soulmates, this is where I kind of, the connotation of a soulmate has the belief that a soulmate is someone that you are bound to, you're going to be your partner forever, and that it's bound and you're never going to find that kind of connection with anyone else. And if it ends, there's a feeling that I might as well not be with anyone else because they're my soulmate. That's it. That that's point blank not true. I've had deep conversations with my guides about this. What is true is that there are certain people that are woven into our lives, agreements by your soul and their soul, to learn something really profound. And this is the thing that I need to emphasize, and I will keep emphasizing through all of my lives, that this is Earth School, right? It's Earth School. We are here to be learning and growing and understanding our own inner power and our own potential, okay? To connect with our inner greatness, our inner ability to switch on feelings, to grow in power and potential, okay? Feelings aren't things that are reliant on external factors. This is a big thing. This is a big enlightened step, granted. But a soul will be drawn into life, drawn into your life, in order to help you to work on your own blind spots. Now, this is a fundamental rule, and I think all of us can agree with this. Committed relationships are the very area where that your own weaknesses will be highlighted, okay? Your partner, man, woman, whatever, whoever they are to you, they will be able to see into you and see your weaknesses, see your blind spots, and highlight them to you in a way that no one else can, okay? They help you to see the aspects of yourself that you're hiding from yourself, okay? They challenge you to unite these aspects. And soulmates have a tendency to be drawn into our lives for longer periods of time, okay? Longer period of time. And they are usually brought in to teach long lessons. I'll be vulnerable here to state that my ex-wife was a soulmate of mine. I was with her for 8 years, married for 4. And there was a very, very strong pull when I first met her, again, from the heart. Bang, straight away. She said she even heard in her head, this is the one, okay? Now, again, when we think of the one, we tend to think of the end result. That's it, living with each other, a time for each other, that's it, the whole thing. But it's the one for our certain stage of our journey, right? So she was the one for that level of self-development. I've learned a lot of things from her, an awful lot. And so I have gratitude and thankfulness for her. Was there pain? Was there hardship? There was an awful lot of pain. I felt extremely broken. But often we've got to forget that the element of the phoenix exists, okay? So we get broken and we repair ourselves and we are refreshed and renewed, okay? So in order for us to change and grow and evolve, we need to kill and break that which no longer serves us. And if we are here saying to ourselves, look, I don't want to do any of that. I can't do any of that. All I want to do is just be happy forever. And I just want to, that's not something you can just demand in life. If you're in that frame of mind going, I just want to be happy now, that's a little bit like a child throwing its toys out the pram. I just want to now do the work to do so, okay? Because happiness comes from in here. If you're trying to get it from someone else, you will always be unhappy in the end. You'll have temporary feelings of euphoric energy. Like the second you plug into someone else's aura and they plug into you, right? That feels amazing. It's like, oh my God, wow, what's this? You're plugging into someone's energy field. And an energy field is damn powerful. But eventually, when other aspirations come in, other drives, work pressures, living pressures, whether you've got children, pets, etc., eventually that balance comes off and the voltage that they're giving you is not the same as what you're giving to them. And eventually it comes unbalanced, and then control structures coming, dynamics. Manipulation comes in playing games. Like I'm gonna go cold on them to show them I don't need them. I'm now going to go out and I'm going to act that I'm having fun with the girls in order to make sure that they know that I'm free and single and I could dump them at any time. All manipulation, right? What are you doing? Do you want to be an honest, integral, authentic human being or not? Right? You cannot gain your happiness from another person. It will eventually fail. It's an illusion. Okay. So the best way of approaching this aspect is acknowledging that this person has entered into my life to help me to grow, to love me in their own unique way. And love is not the type of love that's wrapping someone in a blanket and bringing them hot chocolate and then rubbing their feet. That's sensuality. That's pleasure. That's indulgence. That's not love. Love is also not tolerance. Okay? Tolerance is akin to patience and understanding, and it's not that. If you've got someone that's treating you in a certain way, and it's violating, and they're being overtly abusive, chipping away your self-esteem, undermining you all the time, they're not coming from love. They're coming from control. They're trying to, you're their resource. For many of you that have been in narcissistic relationships, they see you as their resource for you to be molded into someone they want you to be, right? So they want you to cook, clean, do as they say, rub their ego, all of that. If someone's doing that to you, love isn't tolerance, okay? Love is that type of, there's two energies of love. And I was recently talking about this in my other work. Matriarchal love, patriarchal love. Matriarchal love is a simple thing. It is giving space for someone to be themselves, listening to someone. Okay? Just there, listening and understanding someone. That's beautiful matriarchal love. Patriarchal love is the type of love that's like, you can do it. Go get your dreams. Smash it. And the type of energy goes, no, I'm not going to allow you to do that. That will undermine you. Again, you can see that as controlling, but if you've got someone that's perhaps doing something that's self-destructive, they're saying things to themselves like, I'm not good enough, I'll never get there. Patriarchal love will go, don't say that to yourself. You're a beautiful soul. You can go do anything you want. Go out there and get what you want. Live the life you want. Again, inspirational patriarchal love, and then matriarchal love, which is, I have space for you here. Tell me how you feel. Tell me what's on your mind. I'm here. Okay? That's what love is. Okay? Love isn't the type of feeling you get in your chest when someone strokes you and gives you lots of attention, compliments. That's indulgence. Okay? Hedonism, indulgence, being stroked like you're a cat. That's not love. Like someone's thought of me and they've given me something nice. Ooh, that's not love. That isn't love. That's I feel important, which is something you should feel yourself anyway. You should feel that anyway. And if you're relying on someone else to give that to you, then you've got some inner work to do. Because if you are expecting someone else to make you feel that way, it will end in pain. Okay? The second we attach to others and we try to then, the second you're getting that from someone else, eventually it will result in a control mechanism. You will try to control them the second they're not giving it to you in the same way they usually did. Okay? Or if they pull away, you will then feel a victim. They loved me and then they pulled away. Now life is happening to me, right? I'm now a victim. So catch yourself on these, okay? Right, catch yourself. But soulmates are very, very important. They come in to help us to grow. They come in to teach us about who we are. They highlight our weaknesses. And they're very, very powerful. And we need to acknowledge that pain is the greatest teacher, and we should not be afraid of it. We are divine, powerful souls that are here with so much to give. Fear and pain, that's not going to get in our way. These are things we learn from. If we're afraid of a feeling, who are we really? Are we wimpy? We're not. We're divine, powerful, passionate souls that have got so much to give in this world. We're not afraid of a bit of pain. It passes. All feelings pass. But love in itself is eternal. Love ourselves and love others truly. And then we'll be stepping into our power. But I'll go into another section later on. I'll look into a few questions. In fact, we've got just a bit of a comment here. It says, from Donna. She's just said here, in response to one of my messages here, thank you so much. This makes so much sense. I'm going to learn to live myself again. I stopped loving me after surgery, following being diagnosed with breast cancer. Oh, that was 5 years ago. Oh, bless you. Bless you. But you know what? You're a powerful soul, right? You've overcome that. If you've overcome that, you can overcome so much more. And you can inspire others to overcome many, many things in life. Love your honesty and authenticity there coming through. It's beautiful. So I'm just going to move on to some questions now. Now, I'm going to go through quite a few back-to-back here. Make sure that I get through these, because there are probably some of you that have been waiting a little while for this. So we have one from Bewitched. Okay, here. Now, I'm just going to accept this. Bear with me. How long do you see my current job being stable for? When do I leave? Will it be my choice, or will my employees want to let me go? Appreciate your honesty. Okay, Bewitched. It's, when you say stable, it's stable for a period of time here. So for the next, I feel like you can get through winter in this job. Okay. There is what I would call an exit point, roughly as I get to the latter end of autumn. Okay. But I do get the impression there is a sense of undermining here. Okay. Someone is attempting to work against you, because I believe that you are someone that does not play the game. I keep being shown hoops that you have to leap through. And you do not like the way that the managers are doing things, or the way that whoever's basically leading things or structuring things. I don't believe that you get along with that. So your employers are attempting to weed you out. Now, they can't do it straight away. And so there is going to be a mechanism. And I do believe that there are going to be little things that are brought up over and over and over through meetings that sort of undermine you. Okay. Now, I am being shown here that there is opportunity here for you for another job or another position that does feel like external, because that you can apply for a job internally, but I believe it's an external job role that I feel like that you can get. But this is more around next year, around that time of February, maybe March, where I feel like that there's another job role that you can go to. Interestingly, I'm being shown a cross, which usually to me means some kind of healthcare profession, right? But it could be that there's something to do with a cross in its logo or in its name or whatever it is. Okay, but there's an opportunity there. If you play your cards right, you will not be out of a job before that time. But I do believe that you're going to have to sort of hold your lip and just sort of play along with things and strategically find an exit, because otherwise they will try to find a reason to get rid of you. There is a bit of an undermine going on there, okay, because someone does feel like they're against you, okay? But that's because I believe there's another role for you, okay? You're not destined to be within that job. Now, destined, I have to be careful on that word, okay, because my guys just said be careful, okay? But let's just say you're growing into a different level of consciousness, and I feel like that there is a new direction coming up for you, okay, that starts more next year. Okay, hope that helps. Okay, now we got Amanda here. It says, my boyfriend of 3 years has recently broken up with me. Okay, do you see us ever getting back together? If so, when? He told me he needs to be alone, but is there any third party involved? Could you give me any insight on why he needs this space, please? Yes. His energy is very deep red when I connect to it. So to me, there is a sense of fatigue, feeling of an overworked and a lack of personal time. Usually, money and work and effort all seem to be worries or concerns with those with a deep red aura, sort of like overstressed, over fatigued, that kind of thing. Now, he is needing to shift that. He needs a lot of blue to come in, and blue can only usually come in with reflection. Blue energy is the type of energy that likes to observe life. Imagine someone who sits on top of a mountain, looking down at life, observing what humanity is all about, looking at psychology, doing deep dives on their inner world. That's what blue energy is. That's what he's needing. So I do believe he is being truthful here. Is there another woman? Not a woman. There are women that he is being drawn to currently. I do not feel that there is any significant other. There is one of them that is trying to become a significant other. However, he's resisting them. Okay. But he is getting pulled. And he's being honest with himself here in the way that he's being pulled to others because something about this relationship isn't satisfying him. Okay. So he is. Will you get back together? I feel like at some point in and around that kind of Christmassy time, or that time, maybe November-ish, perhaps, maybe actually, there can be a connection again with you. But a lot needs to change here. He feels a little bit suffocated in the relationship, as if he can't actually be himself, and he needs to figure out what that is because he's lost himself. Okay. So, and again, my guide says it's important also for you to look at all the things we're talking about on this show. Okay, whether there are any control programs, expectations, whether you perhaps might actually be on an emotional level expecting or wanting more from them to feel something in yourself that you perhaps need to feel yourself. So just something to reflect on. Okay. Hope that helps. Now we have Deanne here. Deanne, will Ian and I get closer this year and be in a relationship? I feel we are meant to be together as the connection is strong. We have connected after 30 years. We were friends before. However, I feel there is more to us. Okay. Now, there will be a closer aspect. I am being shown lots of earth, which means that there is a practical, slower energy about this. This is not someone that's going to rush. I get the impression that they do have a sense of emotional independence that they are unknowingly a bit conditioned to, but I do feel forward steps. I feel like I am now inside a pub enjoying a nice meal and a drink with them. So this is coming up. I feel like there's actually quite a nice amount of green around. So it may be somewhere that has got beautiful scenery. But there is a closeness that will be gradually getting closer between the two of you, and a general appreciation for each other. They've got a few skeletons in the closet in terms of feelings of guilt and attachments towards the past that they still need to make sure that they get rid of. Okay. And this is part of the reason for moving slowly. But yes, there will be more between the two of you. And I would say that this autumn will have greater steps ahead for you. Okay. Another question here from, I do apologize if I don't get your name correct here. It's from Serbjet. Again, apologies if I didn't say that right. I could really use some guidance on my love life. I've been single for a long time, on and off over the last 13 years. The relationship I had during that time, relationships you had during that time were short-lived. And I do feel that is due to me. Right. Okay. One thing I really respect is this self-reflection. There's a lot of, wow. Oh, you've got some strong emotions in you. Wow. You're stomach chakra, that one's pulling backwards. When it comes to your needs and your own emotions, there is a lot of suppression going on there. So what you really feel, what you really want, how you feel you should be, I I believe that there must have been someone very controlling, or maybe upbringing that was very much controlling how you need to be or how you should be. And a lot of your feelings are very locked away. And consequently, there's this sort of fear of letting someone in because it's something about you feels like that you are, this is deep inside. Something doesn't feel right about you, or this is what you feel is the case. Okay. You feel there's something wrong with you that's inherent in you. Okay. You got to say to yourself, you know that you're beautiful. Okay. You know you are, and find that beauty, because your nurturing of yourself is needing to occur a lot more. Okay. And trusting of yourself is needing to wave in. There is love that can come into you. Again, I feel like that you are actually quite spiritual. Your upper levels are quite high, but I feel like they're quite often you could be out of energy, right? And there's a guardedness towards letting people in. So love can very much come in with you, but I feel like you got to start with loving yourself quite deeply, because on the inside here, I would say there's quite a lot of I've failed, I should be more further on in my life now. I've failed, I've failed. There's a lot of that that's going on the inside. A lot of beliefs that are working against you, okay? I can feel this is tight. Oh, bless you. I want to give you so much love. You're a beautiful soul, okay? Beautiful soul. Say that to yourself, okay? You deserve people to be able to appreciate you and give your love to others, okay? I am being shown that actually your body would be an interesting place to start, in the context that they want you to love your body. Start to get proud of your body. And that'll start with dressing good and doing some exercise and really kind of being proud of what you are, to start that self-love process. And then I believe eventually your self-love is going to go up and you're going to get a different vibration coming in. Okay, I hope that helps. Okay. We have Julie here. I'm feeling like I made a mistake leaving Tyler. Okay. I believe there was more to this relationship. I feel like I really made a mistake there, honestly. What do you think? I'm just being shown a red flag on top of Tyler. So it may very well be that they showed something that was a red flag to you, right? There's a little bit of wound in Tyler. I do believe that they are reflecting themselves, because I can see blue around them at this point in time. There's confusion with them. Is it done and dusted? And again, what do I think? There was a fear in you that wanted the past not to repeat itself. I get that. Yeah, the connection between the two of you has a loop around, I'm being told. So I'm being shown October, and I believe the two of you will have an opportunity through your honesty to talk again. Right now, I do believe that they are assessing the environment, so they're doing a bit of romantic window shopping, but I don't believe that they have found someone just yet that's stable. I think there's someone that might be becoming a bit more of an interest, but I get the impression that it doesn't really go that far, or it breaks up or pulls away. So there's someone that's, are they a threat to you? Again, threat is something that I don't like to go down along the anyway. No one's anyone's possession, but there is interest coming from them. Now, yes, you can have an opportunity. Be honest with them. Be vulnerable. They will understand, and you'll have opportunity to potentially rekindle, this down the line. We have Diane here. Says, will I find someone special this year? I would like to mention that I am bisexual, but I do prefer women. Of course, okay. Diane, let's see. Okay. I was shown here a scene of someone that, interesting, that someone that shorter dark hair with a bit more of a kind of creative kind of quiff or style at the top. Some sort of earrings here, slenderer, darker appearance. So what I would say here is darker clothes. I feel like that there are lighter skinned, but there is like they've got like a darker clothing tendency. Okay, so they may have been someone that was into a lot of goth or metal or that kind of stuff in the past, and they've toned it down from the appearance that I'm seeing here, and they've just got more of a kind of casual, not flamboyant but stylish kind of look. Okay, I believe that this person, female, yes, but quite almost masculine in dress is what I would say. Okay, this person, I feel like I'm being shown here. I was shown to me what looks like a cinema behind me from what I'm seeing here, and a connection of this person wanting to come in and around an event. I believe there's some kind of event. I can feel lots of people, some kind of dinner, and a bit of flirtation and play coming in there. That feels to me, I'm being shown fireworks. So it's around that period of time of this year. Okay, so all the best with that. We got one last question here, just in time. This is from Leanne. Hi, can you please give me some insight into what is going on with my ex-boyfriend? He ended our relationship in November for silly reasons. I've been suspicious for a long time that there was another woman on the scene. In September, somebody sent me photos of him on a dating site. He denied ever cheating, but something hadn't felt right even before that. I can't put up with any more heartbreak. Okay, I get what you're saying. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, he's been unfulfilled for some time, and I do believe here that there has been other people that have been he's been connected to behind your back. Okay, this is a truth that you have known and that your instincts were telling you. The connection to me does feel one whereby the respect and love between the two of you, in fact, does not really feel like it is there. Okay. I do believe that a lot of the time you do not know what's going on in his inner world, and he does not in yours. And so to me, there is a feeling of comfort here going on. Him being in your life simply provides comfort from having to go out and search for someone new and having to do the inner work to go and do that. You are correct in your assessment. I'm being told that it is time for you to be moving on to a new chapter of your life, and that any attempt to get them back will simply be control measures, of which he will then venture off and go somewhere else anyway. So there is no, there wouldn't be a point in essence in doing so. It would be a waste of time or an expression of stubbornness, as my guide mentions here. So accept your instinct and move on to something new and a more fulfilling life ahead. Right. I think I've literally just about managed to get through all the questions before we've come to the end of the show. Thank you for those of you that have interacted. You've got Patricia here. Thank you very much for linking in. And Trisha, thank you for tuning in for my show. I'll see if I can just connect in here quickly. Patricia, will myself and Nicola get back together? There's a journey between the two of you, okay? Opportunity, yes, there is, but it's a bumpy one, okay? That's all I can give in the last minute here, because I know that we've got to round up. But yes, there is an opportunity for you. You've got to be more authentic here. Show your vulnerability more, and then they will follow eventually, okay? Anyway, let's take a nice deep breath in and thank ourselves for being here, and say to ourselves, I love myself. Okay? I love myself. Anyway, I'll see you next week, Thursday at 2 p.m. And I'm going to be logging onto the lines now on pin number 500-321 for another hour if you wanted to have a reading with me, and we will talk there. Thank you very much for all of your interaction, your wonderful questions. Bye for now.